All right, Theo, can you just give us your general impressions of your games today?
Yeah, well, I'm really disappointed because I only got a half out of 3, and that was my first 2 games. Um, Against Makayo, I thought I played pretty well in the opening, and I think it was double-edged. I thought during the game I had a very good position of pawn up. I thought he missed quite an important thing, and he said after the game that he did. But he thought it was double-edged and actually dangerous for me, and I thought I had a really good position. So I probably played it a bit ambitiously, and I probably should have just played it a bit safer.
Okay.
And I'm not really sure even now, after analysing it with Makayo, what the evaluation is. But it would have been better than what I did in the game. I got my rook kind of out of the game, and I got punished very well. He played very well after that to basically go on a king hunt, and then I eventually lost my rook and lost. And round 2 against Nick, he played the Slav. I was a bit confused by his opening play. Played 6d takes c4 in the opening and the 6 queen c2 anti-Moran variation, which isn't very good because in the main line white has to waste a tempo getting bishop e2 or bishop d3 and then take on c4, and I could just play it in one move, so I saved a tempo there. And actually we didn't get a typical Slav structure. We got a structure we got in my first game against him as white. And I think I played really well. I set a cunning trap, I think, when he didn't have that long, and he fell for it, so that made it hard to pawn up, and I think I was converting it well. And yeah, basically he gave a check and I didn't see it was check. And then I thought I saw a forced mate, but yeah, I was in chess, I had to move my rook to block it and then lose my rook.
And I'm sure you analyzed it and saw that a couple moves earlier you had king e7 attacking the bishop, and then wherever the bishop goes, you just drop the rook back to g4, winning his rook.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I missed that. I haven't analysed it since, but yeah, that wins.
Yeah. So obviously we've all been there as chess players. We have these blunders that happen at the end of the game. What's your mentality when something like that happens? Do you bring it to the next game? How do you recover from that?
Well, hopefully there's a way to do something in that game, because sometimes there's a way to fight, but in that case there wasn't. Just a rook for a pawn down for no compensation. And yeah, I think I've been getting better at being unemotional during the game, because often emotions just get in the way of playing good moves. So I actually wasn't as disappointed as I thought I could have been. But I felt probably the worst during the start of my last game. I just didn't really want to play that game. It doesn't have that long to recover from the previous blunder. So I was just happy that basically Dalton agreed a quick draw, because yes, that's a pretty good result against him as black.
So obviously in terms of tournament standings, you probably would have been looking to fight a little bit more had the second game gone your way.
Yeah, if I'd have won round 2, which I think even like before rook f7, which when I touch my rook, if I just go king f6, I'm probably still completely winning, because I'm a pawn up and he's basically paralysed. So if I play that then and win, then yeah, I'd probably go all out to win more or less the last round to try and catch Makayo on 2 and hope that Nick does me a favour by beating him. But as it was, I couldn't get first anyway, so I neither could Dalton, so the game didn't matter much for the tournament, unfortunately.
So one thing I noticed in your first game against Makayo is he defends very actively. How does that, when you're playing against someone who likes active pieces, how does that affect your style at all?
I don't know, I mean, he was white. I wouldn't really say he was defending particularly.
Well, after knight h4, it seemed like you had somewhat of an edge. Would you?
Yeah, that's what I thought. No, I mean, I don't think he sacrificed the pawn answer that. I think he said he missed knight f5, attacking his bishop on h6. And I think at that point he kind of has to go for active compensation, because otherwise my knight is good on b3 or d4 and I've got 2 passed c pawns. If he's not careful, the d6 pawn will drop. So he kind of has to go to like bishop c7 and like swing the rook across to the king's side and target my i6 to e6 pawn. I think generally the best way to play against me is to play actively, because I think I'm really good at positional play.
Right.
I think I showed that in round 2, even though I landed in the end.
Yeah.
I just kind of expect that. Even when my opponents do play positioning and I have played them, they then often try to get some counter play at the end. So that's how a lot of my games go, to be honest. Because yeah, it's very rare that I kind of attack and make it complicated. So
you brought up your positional play. Is that somewhat of a moral victory, knowing that you outplayed your opponent for 99% of the game?
I wouldn't really call it a moral victory. I mean, I think everyone deserves to be where they are. I mean, people often say like they deserve more points or they should be higher rated, but you deserve where you are. So
right.
I deserve to get half out of 3. I should have realised I was in check. That sounds like such a silly mistake to make. So it's my fault.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I won 1 game against him, and in 2 games that I was lost, I was winning. So and actually another game that I lost, I was in equal end game, so I could have been on 3.5 out of 4. So I suppose that's good. But as I said, yeah, I'm on 1 out of 4 against him. So
what's the lesson that you learned from this? Do you take a breath next time you're in this situation? Do you get up? What can you learn from a situation like this?
Well, yeah, as I said, particularly I didn't see that I was in check, so I want to check every check and every capture, every move, and if I don't realise I'm in check, then I'm not doing that. And I still have 4 minutes on the clock, which it doesn't sound like a lot, but he only had 1 minute, and there's an increment, so I have plenty of time. As I said, I thought I saw a force mate, so there's really no reason to move then when I have 4 minutes on the clock. I can just check,
right?
Like double check pretty much, because obviously I can execute those moves in time.
Right.
So yeah, that was poor. So I just got to double check pretty much if I think I see a force mate.
Okay. And then last question, just your general impressions of the Orlando Chess Club and the event that we ran today.
It was really good. There are a lot of firsts for me in this tournament. First time signing a contract for the tournament, first time doing post and pre-tournament interviews. It was a round robin. Yeah, and I really liked it. Yeah. Also first time with a dress code. And I really liked it. It was a bad tournament for me, but it wasn't your fault.
Don't forget, you got National Master at our club as well, so the highs and lows of the Orlando Chess Club.
Yeah, it was really good. I liked the fact that it was live streamed. I don't know how many people watched that, but can I go back and watch that afterwards? Or
yeah, of course. Yeah, it'll be archived. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's good. Yeah, so it's just really well organised.
Awesome. Well, we're excited to see you at the next tournament.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming.